gonna just have a cup of coffee or a cup of tea with you and just chill, have a very slow morning, talking about stuff, delivering a little bit of good vibes from Asia, from Vietnam. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas, everybody. This is the day that I'm not like very familiar with culturally. Growing up in Russia, we don't really celebrate Christmas a lot. It's one of the minor holidays, and we celebrate New Year way more. But after moving abroad, after traveling around and talking to people, I was very surprised to see that people actually celebrate Christmas way more than New Year. That is a realization that was very, I don't know, surprising to me after living first 19 years of my life in Russia. And now every single Christmas is kind of a big deal to me, to my friends. Such a wonderful day and such a wonderful excuse to just have a good time and do some nice things to people I like. Yeah, it is a morning time in Dalat, the city in Vietnam I live right now. The sun just showed up behind the clouds. It wasn't here before, literally, just now. Yeah, and I see first message in the live chat. Rob Birdson saying Merry Christmas to you as well. Thank you, and Merry Christmas, everybody. I heard that people say like Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays in different parts of the States. Sometimes I hear that too, but mostly everybody here in Vietnam says Merry Christmas. Except a few foreigners, I guess. It's something that I don't really understand, so if any Americans here, please educate me. What's the difference between Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays? Wishing you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from Peggy SAF. Merry Christmas from Philadelphia. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'm having my early morning Christmas drink. Not Christmassy at all, but it is a very delicious tea from Myanmar. I traveled to Myanmar this summer and still got some stuff to drink. Very nice tea. You know, every time when I do this kind of live stream, just put in my phone, streaming vertically, not really big setup. I like having a tea or having a coffee, and today that's a tea of my choice. Good to see you doing well. Merry Christmas. Thank you, Barbara. Recently, I am doing well, except one thing that is not really doing well for me right now. Like, I find it really hard to focus on keeping time to work, like edit videos, sharing content, but it is something that I'm slowly getting used to. It's all right. I have a lot of stuff to edit and doing that very, very slowly. Besides that, everything is really great. I am in a place that I really like, surrounded by people who I really like, doing things that I really like. That is amazing. Even a little thing like this coffee, not coffee, little thing as this tea, really like having it. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Happy Holidays is inclusive. There are multiple holidays this time of year. You don't always know what people celebrate. All right. Thank you for explanation. Yeah, that's something that I supposed to think, something that I thought about the difference. You just confirmed it. I want to buy a castle. Can they build big ones there? Captain Price. Literally yesterday. I was going to my favorite coffee shop in the area, and I passed by a building that looked like a castle. It wasn't a big castle, but if you have money and if you have enough dedication, yeah, you can build a castle here. Like, I believe you can build it in any country if you have enough money. But specifically here in Vietnam, the land can be rather affordable, far away from the city, and the materials could be much more affordable too. A nice castle playground. Scott Argyle is here. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Love the smile, Niki. Thank you. Just some morning, having a tea, having a live stream smile. Happy holidays, Niki. Looks like you are back in Asia, somewhere warm. Yes, it is. I actually wear a sweater in the morning, but now it's already 9:30 and it's getting warmer. Don't need to wear anything really, really warm. Mary Hutchison is here. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you very much, Mary. And to you too, to everybody. Merry Christmas. I see people sending that from New Hampshire and from New York. Oh, Ohio is here. It's interesting. It's always interesting to see where people are coming from, where people are watching me from. I wonder if anybody from Europe is actually with me right now, because the time is like morning time in Asia, evening time in America, and it should be really, really early morning or even nighttime in Europe. I wonder, how do you celebrate Christmas this year? For me, I do not have that much of a holiday mood. There are quite a few different reasons for that combine into a situation when, yeah, there is Christmas time, yeah, we have a Christmas tree, we have some gifts to each other, but there isn't any big Christmas Eve celebration or something like that. We just gonna gather, have some chill time, and give some presents to each other. There is the funniest Christmas tree I've seen in my life. I made a picture that I think I'll upload it on my Instagram story of that Christmas tree, but basically that is a cypress. It is quite difficult to find a decent real Christmas tree in Vietnam, in Asia overall. It's possible, but it's more difficult. And my friends just use a cypress tree to decorate it as a Christmas tree. And looking at that tiny cypress tree, yeah, why not? It's actually in the shape of triangle, like the Christmas tree, like the pine trees, and it looks good. Although it's really, really tiny, but we gathered all the presents under and around that tree. Looks very nice. I'm quite excited to see what's inside of the presents. Christmas greetings. Good to see you back again. Thank you, John. And thank you, everybody, for nice words and Merry Christmas words. I see Frank Drews sending a Merry Christmas from Germany. It is 3:30 a.m. there in Germany. Frank, why not sleeping? Please, stay for 5 minutes and then have a good night. Or are you awake already? Greetings from Canada. Hello, Canada. I have 2 Canadian housemates. I think one is awake already, another one should be sleeping. And we have a very international household here. Like, I'm coming from Russia, there is somebody from Canada, somebody from Myanmar, somebody from Vietnam. And yesterday my Russian friend also visited us. Yeah. Hello also from Wisconsin. Merry Christmas from Wisconsin, USA. Hi Niki, it's good to see you. Thank you. I know that recently I've been very absent. I was very detached from uploading videos. Something that I don't truly like, but something that I tolerate. I learned to tolerate it for myself, not going all in, not putting videos as much as I feel I have to, but more doing it in the way that I feel to do, without that word have to, which makes video editing process way longer than before. Like, the videos I do now, they are quite longer, but I also put much more editing and structuring time. I hope people can notice it, but even if not, I enjoy that process, and it takes way longer time than before. Niki, if you don't mind me asking, how much does it cost every month to for you to live in Vietnam in US dollars terms? Yeah, sure, Matt. It's something that I talk a lot often. I posted a video about this house, the place I live and how much it cost. I posted a few videos about going to restaurants and going to grocery shopping and renting a motorbike and stuff like that. But quick overview of how much money I need to live in Vietnam. If I have $500 a month, I would be having a nice single lifestyle here as a single person without going out too much, but without going out too much to fancy places or even moderate places, but eating out still every day. It's really affordable here. So for $500 a month, I could get a small place for myself. It will be comfortable enough. It will be, I will be able to eat out every day, although it's gonna be like very simple food. I'm gonna be able to do some clothes shopping, some simple shopping for everyday needs, and I will have enough money to spare for having some fun time. $500 a month. For $1,000 a month, it's gonna be not just doubled. The lifestyle here would be improved like dramatically compared to $500 a month and $1,000 a month. With $1,000 a month, you'll be able to afford like a lot of things, much better place, much more experiences in terms of food and travel. You'll be able to buy local stuff and experience something that like something more unique, I would say. For $1,500 a month, it's gonna be like it's more than enough. I spend about $1,000 a month here for renting, for living daily life, and for buying daily life things. That number, or maybe slightly less. I have friends who live for about $400 a month, but less than that will be not as comfortable, not as convenient. Merry Christmas from Portugal, 2:30 a.m. Wow, Virginia. Should I say good morning or good evening to you? Wow, that's early. Oh, that's late. Brilliant haircut and a good-looking lad. Thank you, Wildcat. I don't particularly like this part of my haircut, so today or tomorrow I'm gonna go for a hairdressing salon to cut my hair, but not too much, maybe just by the sides. Never seen this guy with good hair. Oh my goodness, you guys! I was having long hair for really long period of time, and once I cut it, wow, a little bit, not sick, but throat thin. But once I cut the long hair, people started to say like, wow, that's a nice haircut, finally. Okay. Scott Newsbeat. Nikki, it's great to see you. Hi, Scott. Merry Christmas to you, happy holidays, and to everybody else. Nice to see you guys. Hey, Nikki. Been watching you since shortly after the war. Hope you're doing good, man. Thank you, Smoker. Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm staying in Vietnam, in the city of Dalat. I think I'm gonna wait a little bit, maybe a few minutes, see if more people show up. I'll show a little bit around. It's a really beautiful beautiful valley place that I can call home for this time, and I really like it here. I will trade weather with you. It's so cold here. It's so warm here. Actually, evening time and morning time, early morning time can be hot. Not hot, it can be cold, it can be chilly. But daytime, yeah, it's hot here. Jessica Fields, hi Nikki, great to see you. Hello and Merry Christmas. Oh, I see Roland joining from Germany. Roland, I honestly did not expect you to join today. It's 3:30 a.m. in Germany, right? Should be having a good rest, but I'm glad that you showed up. Merry Christmas to you. Hope you're having a good time and a good night. I see more people joining from Europe. That is a bit surprising to me. Like, very, very early time. Is weed legal in Vietnam? It's not legal here, but I see people smoking a lot. Just like in other Southeast Asian countries. But it's not legal here. Does your house... Oh, I see. Matt Bittner is like seriously considering moving to Vietnam or countries like that. So recently I received a few emails from people. Apparently, after posting just 3 videos about my parts of my lifestyle in Dalat, people started messaging me and emailing me about information for Dalat, and they were about like moving here. I already have one person who watched my videos and like moved here for a couple of months. Nice guy, Donald, in his 60s or even early 70s. Okay. I have somebody else from Sweden who emailed me a few days ago, thinking that Dalat might be an option for staying longer term. Wow, interesting. And I now I see Matt Bittner asking about like moving things or lifestyle things here in Vietnam. Okay, so air conditioning? No, my house does not need any air conditioning. It is any time of a year. I stayed in Dalat every time of a year, every season of the year, and I didn't need any air conditioning at all. What I need is a heater. Now I have a heater there. But Dalat is rather an exception for Asia. All places in Southeast Asia, they're very hot. Dalat is elevated in the mountains. It's staying in 1500 meters in the mountains, high in the mountains, and it can be cold. So air conditioning is not a big thing here, and most of the apartments, most of the hotels will not have it here. But in other cities in Vietnam, of course there is. We party the night away, Niki. Free till 4 January. Wow, Eric, great. That is not just the night away, that is the week away until 4 of January. The week away from the 2024. The early bird catches the worm. Am I the worm? I try to remember what idiom we use in Russia for saying the same thing, because idioms, they do not translate precisely, right? You say the early bird catches the worm in English, but in Russia we say кто рано встает, тому Бог подает. That is the only thing that I can remember. My grandma was sometimes saying that. The direct meaning of that is who wakes up early gets the most from the god. I don't know. That is what my grandma was saying. Basically, to say the early bird catches the worm. Привет, Nixter. Привет, everybody. Hello, everybody, and happy holidays. I see more people joining. More people joining. Glad to see you guys. Niki, what are you drinking? So this is my favorite cup, and this is one of my favorite drinks recently. That is Burmese tea from Myanmar, and basically that is black tea with milk and condensed milk powder, because it's like pre-made. If I make it myself, I'll just use black tea from India or from Myanmar, and I'll use real milk and real condensed milk or evaporated milk, and it's gonna be a really, really delicious drink. Nice Russian grandma wisdom. Oh, miss my grandma. Miss my grandma. So guys, I promised to show a little bit around this place. Let's flip the camera. And that is the kind of place I live in Dalat right now. That is very, very typical view for Dalat Valley. That neighborhood is a typical Asian neighborhood. There are some children, there's a family living there, and sometimes they get very noisy. Mom shouting at the kids. We have a balcony, like I'm staying on the lower balcony. My sweater, in case it gets cold, A little bit of a mess here, and the upper balcony around. Very large place, very large place. I shared a house tour in one of my videos. There are 4 small bedrooms in the house. There upper balcony, lower balcony, a little bit of territory around, a really beautiful view, and everything goes for, I guess, how much will that cost? I shared it already in the video, but I guess most of you guys haven't watched that. That was a very simple lifestyle video. So guess, how much will that be? A 4-bedroom rustic house with 2 large balconies, the valley view, and quite big territory for a month. I wonder if anybody can actually guess the correct number, if more people gonna overprice it, or if more people will guess the smaller amount actually. Bye all, getting late here. Good to see you, Niki and Scott Newsbit. Bye Wildcat, good night. Good night to you. My grandma turned 93 a couple of weeks ago. That's really wow. Happy birthday to her. I hope she's gonna turn 94, 95, 96, and moreover. My oldest grandmother, who passed away a few years ago, I think she was 96 or 97 when she passed away. I might not remember it correctly. She might be 94, but I think it was 97. Yeah. And now the other oldest grandma I have with me, she is 75 plus, I think. Big gap between them. Are there any mosquitoes, dangerous animals? Not around. Dangerous animals, no. Mosquitoes, yes. Dangerous mosquitoes, no. $65 a month, $150 a month, $750 a month, 3,000 euro a month. They're in Germany, yeah, Eric, or what country are you from? Wow, 3,000 euros for this kind of house in Europe. That's a lot. Equivalent of 400 USD. So this house cost equivalent of 500 USD. Oh, Eric, Belgium. Okay, so that is $500 a month. That is not specifically that cheap as some people wrote, like 150, 125. That's impossible. Like for $125, $150, you will get a studio apartment here, or a single bedroom house, or a very small 1-bedroom place. It's impossible to find a bigger house for this amount of money here in Dalat. This house has 4 bedrooms, 1 living room, kitchen area, 2 showers, and this yard area. The good price for that will be $400, but my friends got it for $500 a month, which is still a good deal because it's shared, it's split between 1, 2, 3, 4, between 4 bedrooms. That is not including electricity bills, that is not including water, not including internet, but internet, water, and electricity are really, really cheap here. I was going for 150, since you said you spent 1,000 per month. I didn't realize you share it with your friends. Yeah, I didn't mention it. I do spend about 1,000 a month, and I do not pay all $500 for this house. My share is much lower than that. Wow, that dog. And soon I'll be moving to another place. I'll be moving to my own place that I will not be sharing with anybody. A tiny house, and it's gonna be a bit cheaper than this, but it's gonna be all for me. Merry Christmas from Connecticut. Hi, happy holidays to everybody. How do people in Vietnam treat you as a foreigner? Very good. Like, no matter where you're from, America, Europe, Russia, India, Asia, you'll get really good treatment here. Like, every time when I interact with local people, I see they smile a lot, I smile a lot, actually nice. And the only place when I feel people can use the advantage of me being a foreigner, I mean, not my advantage, but their advantage of me being a foreigner and not knowing things, is touristy places. When I am going to a touristy market, touristy shopping places, local people is gonna overcharge you. But you gotta understand that local people who work in touristy markets, they do not represent the entire country. When I meet Vietnamese people who don't have any, who do not deal with tourists, just local people, they are like, they're pure gold. They're so great. Touristy places I don't really like, for that reason that people try to trick me into paying more. Not always, but quite often times. And then when I know the prices for stuff, and when they realize that I know prices for things, they lower it down. But the initial interaction, I don't quite like it. But it's only talking about the touristy areas. In Dalat, I don't think it ever happened to me. How high is the minimum wage? Minimum wage in Vietnam is very, very low. My friend, literally one of my friends who lives in the house, she is Vietnamese. She works in a bar. She is like a bar, not bartender, but like a waiter, something like that. She is greeting people, going for drinks and stuff, and she gets $1 an hour. I think that is the minimum wage, maybe slightly below that. Belgium is not cheap, yeah, but like Europe in general is not cheap. I see that Eric says internet costs €100 in Belgium, gas, water, and electric is €350 here. But here, internet will be like $10 a month, gas is gonna be very cheap, water is gonna be very cheap. I say very cheap, meaning it's gonna be under $4 a month for a person. And electricity is gonna be, what is that, the number? Electricity is gonna be 15 American cents for kilowatt hour. When are you going back to Russia? Oh, somebody with Korean nickname wrote it. Can I read it? Arisen. Am I correct reading your Korean nickname? Arisen. So I'm not gonna be back to Russia anytime soon. Even when I wanted to see my family, when I wanted to see my mom, we met in Georgia. So I have no idea when I'll be able to be back to Russia. Merry Christmas from Blue Mountains, Australia. Hello, Katie, and Merry Christmas to you. A cheap house in Australia is about $500 per week. Per week, not per month. Wow. Before power. So $500 per month is excellent. And that's not that tiny, actually. How's your family doing back there? I'm sure you miss them. They're doing well. They're doing well. They're having like holiday time. My mom is having holiday mood. But it's really cold. It's really cold in Siberia. What city do you like better, Saigon or Hanoi? So I like them equally. If you ask me what city do I like better, Saigon, Hanoi, or Dalat, I'll choose Dalat for sure. But Saigon or Hanoi, equally good for me. Da Nang is also one of my favorite cities in Vietnam. Merry Christmas, Niki, from Jeffrey Coolwater. That's a very cool family name. Coolwater, wow. Your place looks isolated, I like that. But how far are you from stores, bank, hospital, for example? So hospital is literally next door. We have a hospital, a big, good private hospital 3 minutes away. It's kind of on the outskirts of the city, so it's close to us. The stores, it's about 10-15 minute ride on a motorbike. Bank is about 10 minutes away from a motorbike. Small stores, 2 minutes away. Big store, 10 minutes away, yeah. City center is about 15 minutes away. So it's quite good distance, and soon I'll be moving closer to the city. But I actually like it here. I like staying here more remote from the downtown. Does your friend that makes $1 an hour make any tips in Vietnam? Is it allowed? tips are allowed, but it's not really a culture here. So she might get some bonuses. I'm pretty sure that she gets some bonuses, but it's something that is uncertain, right? The only certain wage she's getting is $1 an hour. She might get something on top of that. I hope she's getting something on top of that, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm from India. Hello, Veersin. I just recently visited India for 5-day trip in Kerala and for a layover trip back to Vietnam in New Delhi airport. That was a very interesting experience. Glad you seem to have gotten out of Georgia before all the recent upheaval started. Yeah, I think I stayed in Georgia long enough to witness the beginning of the protests, the first 4 or 5 days, and it was quite brutal. Oh, hello everybody. I see there are 124 people on live stream right now. It's kind of chill morning conversation. Merry Christmas, everybody. And we are kind of talking about living in Asia now. It is actually kind of thing that I think I will be more focusing on next year. Not a bigger, but a big reason for why I do not upload as often as before is because I'm still uncertain about what kind of videos I want to stick to for a long time. I used to upload about like Russia before, Russia-Ukraine, vlogs in Russia, and it was for a very long period of time for me. So I was certain I'm gonna do that. But after I left Russia, I was kept uncertain about it. But I think soon I'm kind of getting that important decision for myself of what I actually want to focus about in terms of my videos. And what we are talking right now about living in Asia, about Dalat, about Vietnam, is something that I'm really passionate about and something that I want to share with people, something that might be a bigger highlight on my channel for the next year. Yeah. My house in Florida has 3 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, full kitchen and living room with private fenced backyard. That already sounds great. I would like to live in this kind of place. And it's $1,300 USD before power, water, internet. And if you combine it all, it's gonna be around 1,600 USD a month. You know, there are places in Asia where you're gonna pay the same money for the same house. Let's say if you want to get the same house in Ho Chi Minh City, in the biggest city in Vietnam, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be compatible. Like, the lowest price you're gonna pay for a 3-bedroom house in Ho Chi Minh City, it's gonna be $1,000. And if you wanna have it in a better condition, it's gonna be, yeah, around $1,300. In Dalat, it's lower, but still, there are a lot of houses for rent here for 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms, modern houses for as much as $1,000. It can be surprisingly expensive here. In Bangkok, it's gonna be even more than that. I miss the Niki with color streaks in hair. Will this come back? Not sure. Not soon for sure. Not soon. I liked my color streaks in hair too, but for now, I just like keeping natural hair. Your place looks like paradise, and that's why I like it here very much. It is very tranquil, unless that Asian household in front of our place starts shouting. I mean, when mom starts shouting at her kids, giving very Vietnamese vibes that time. Sometimes the valley becomes very noisy place with all karaoke playing around, especially weekend evening. I like the place. Jupiter Moon asks, do you have another job besides social media? Not at the moment. Not at the moment. Social media is the only thing that I do, that I treat as my job and the sole revenue stream for me. Which is not super reliable in terms if I stop doing it or if I slow down, the income gets lower. But if I double down, the income goes much higher. So it's not, it's somewhat yeah, it's somewhat reliable. We are very interested in seeing your future videos. Thank you, Mark. Thank you. I hope I'll upload way more in 2025. And Jessica, I do have some travel plans for 2025, but actually I want to slow down, and I want to have my own space for video editing. I want to have my own space, like a tiny video editing corner, and I'm gonna have that really soon. I'm gonna have a place to store all my stuff, a place that I would call a home, because right now, yes, I stay here, but when I go somewhere, I take all my stuff with myself and I go around and I come back and I continue staying here. But I want to, and this place belongs not to me, but I want to have a different experience in 2025 of actually owning a place. Of course, not buying it, but renting it long term and decorating it the way I like and setting up things the way I like for the entire house. And that is something that I want to do in 2025, kind of slow down on the traveling side, but still travel every 2-3 months, having an active trip around. And there is one place that I really, really want to go is India and Nepal. Another place I really, really want to go is Azerbaijan and Georgia. And there are a few other places, but I don't have certain plans for that now. $1,300 for 1-bedroom flat in Belgium. Eric, that is crazy, crazy amount of money. Sounds like New York to me. A 3-bedroom, 2-bath house in a popular neighborhood in my city will be over $2,000. There are no prices like that here in Dalat. It's much more affordable if you compare it to Europe or to America. Niki, you think you be ever doing anything with Natasha? It will be great to see us together again. When I will be back to Georgia the next time, I will message her. This time, she's been traveling. She's been traveling outside of Georgia, and I think the only time when our location intersected, it was my last week in Georgia. She came back during that time, but I didn't even try to message her because I was having a very, very busy last week of staying in Georgia. But someday in the future, yeah, for sure, it will be nice to see her again. I see a Vietnamese message here. Hun Nguyen Nguyen. I don't know how to read Vietnamese. But I wonder if YouTube has a translation option. Okay, YouTube doesn't have a translation option for the messages yet, so I have no idea what does that Vietnamese message says. Niki is getting old, lol. A little bit. Sounds like a great plan. Sounds like a great plan to me. I'm really excited about that. Any trips to China? Yes, and probably no. For China, I need a visa. I want to have a longer trip. I can enter China visa free for a shorter period of time, like 5-6 days. But I want to have a more active trip to faraway regions of China, which requires a visa, which is just bureaucratic thing to do. I might apply for it, but I'm not sure when I'm gonna do that. Yeah. Well, guys, my tea is nearly over. I see we've been here for nearly 40 minutes. Wow, it's been a very nice morning. And it's 10 a.m. here in Vietnam. My friends gonna wake up real soon. We're going to have kind of after Christmas noon, I don't know, after Christmas lunchtime, unpack the presents, chill, have a good time, slow time, and then I continue with my day. Yeah. I wish you all having a very happy holiday season, having a wonderful time. And you know, as a Russian person, for me, the most important holiday of the year is New Year. So I wish you having a great New Year time. Dream big about 2025, and I hope your dreams will come true. I think I'm gonna go for another live stream before the year ends, maybe December 31st, and I'm gonna make a proper setup. I'm gonna schedule it so you will see when exactly it's happening. Today it was more on the random side of live streaming. Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. Thank you very much, and have a good time. Пока-пока.